Hello friends, I wanted to make a quick explanatory video to help us all navigate through some of the obstacles that I think we're going to be facing this semester. The primary obstacle that I'm concerned with is communication, because a lot of the simple stick your head in someone's office and ask a question type conversations are not going to be a luxury that we'll be able to have this semester due to the fact that we're going to be doing everything remotely and virtually. So we've worked as a department to try to create some platforms where we'll have the convenience of being able to communicate with each other whenever we want to without necessarily filling our email boxes with long, convoluted conversations. So the good news is 90% of you are already familiar with 90% of what I'm going to cover. I just want to kind of like do a quick across the board introduction to everything to make sure that we're all on the same page moving forward. So there's 4 apps in the Microsoft 365 Office suite that I want to chat about for just a minute. Those are going to be Microsoft Yammer, Microsoft Teams, Microsoft Planner, and Microsoft Delve. Of these 4, 2 of them I wouldn't worry too much about. Yammer and Planner are both good tools that have potential in the future, but we're not depending on them right now. I just want to take the opportunity to introduce them to you so that if we do use them later on, you'll be familiar with them. The one that I really want to make sure that we're all on the same page about is Microsoft Teams. That's going to be the virtual hallway that we will use for chatting with each other, making depositories of information, conversations, information sharing, resource sharing, all that kind of stuff. And then the last one is Microsoft Delve, which is just a really powerful personal organizational tool that I want to make sure that you have access to and that you're familiar with and you realize that this tool is available to you. Also in the background with these 4 will be Microsoft Outlook and Microsoft OneNote. I'm quite confident that you're all familiar with Microsoft Outlook, but it's important to realize that all the notifications that are made in these 4 apps will come to you in Microsoft Outlook. Also, Microsoft OneNote can be used to be integrated with all of these apps and probably in many cases will be used with all of these apps. So having a working familiarity with OneNote is something you really want to do. It's a great tool. If you have any questions about it, please let me know. I'm not going to go too far into it in this video, but I feel pretty confident with OneNote, and our administrative assistant, Jen White, is like the OneNote Zen master. So if you have any questions, make sure you ask her too. She's a great resource on that. And then one last thing before we dive in, just to make sure that you know, all of these apps are available on mobile. So you can download these onto your phone, and then any notifications that you would get in Microsoft Outlook, you can also get on your phone, and you can you can exchange information in real time out of your pocket. So that's pretty convenient. Or on your tablet or whatever. Okay, so moving forward, let's start by walking through the easiest way to access these apps by looking at the interface online. So to start, the easiest place, or the most obvious place to go, is just go to frontrange.edu and then go to eWolf and then log in with your normal credentials. And when you do, on your opening page, you should see in your dashboard a module for Office 365 right there. However, if you tap on that, then you'll have to log into the Office platform as well. That's 2 logins. That seems redundant to me. So the fastest way to go, and this will work on any computer anywhere, is just go to office.com. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Just go there and then sign in with your Front Range credentials, and that will take you to this page right here. This will be your splash page. Just a quick side note, you can get anywhere you want to go on this with this little hamburger menu right here. We'll just pop you from one app to the other. But just so that we can get a bird's eye view, let's click on all apps And the apps that I want to talk about today are Yammer, Teams, Planner, and Delve. Although all of these are kind of cool, and if you have some free time, I'd recommend checking them out. But I've opened each one of these on separate tabs so that we can look at them individually. So let's start with Yammer. Yammer is a social media platform, so it's like Microsoft's version of Facebook, and this is college-wide, all campuses, all departments. Many departments have been using this over the summer, although mostly it's just administrators or administrative work that's been done. But if you have some information that you want to broadcast as loudly as possible, the type of thing that you would put up flyers in the hallway for, this would be the campus-wide version of that. Now, granted, not that many, right now, mostly only administrators are listening to this. And also, like, the first thing that I think of is if you had some type of event and you wanted to broadcast that event, this would be a great platform for doing that. But I can't really imagine what type of event we would be holding in a pandemic. So this is just for future knowledge. Later on down the line, Yammer is a very interesting tool. For our department, however, so this would be like the whole campus communication. For our department, this would be the virtual hallway that we've kind of created. This is Microsoft Teams, and this is a very powerful tool. Jen White's done an amazing job of setting up modules for everybody. So like if you just need information, or if there's information that's being broadcast to the whole department, this will be one of the places where it will show up. So this is, again, a very social media-esque platform. It's just, you know, type some stuff. And if you want to link somebody, just start with an @ symbol, and then you can just start typing their name or their email, and you'll be able to tag anybody that you want, just like you would on Facebook or anything like that. So we have, for every discipline in the department, we've got a module. So I'll just hop over to my own. And when you go there, you'll see you can have post, files, whatever type of, like anything that Microsoft has, you can put in here. So Excel sheets, it depends on what your needs are. But starting with post, this can be where everybody in a discipline communicates with each other. And just like in Yammer, all you have to do is start typing, and you can add anybody with an @ symbol, right? So that's very simple. And then I've established over here in the files some depositories for all of the instructors. So just number one, here's the schedule, and we have it in a spreadsheet where all the CRNs and all that type of information, who's teaching what and at what time, as well as like big picture, what the schedule for the whole semester is. But then also I've made some depositories. For example, here's a PDF library. So say you're teaching 111 and you need some content. I've organized just a handy collection of PDFs by topic, so that you can just hop in and access whatever you want, put whatever you want up there. It's just a great collaboration tool. I've also set up, this would be some OneNote stuff. So here you will be opening OneNote inside of Teams. Here's just a list of links to videos that you might find helpful if you're giving a lecture or you need some additional content on any of these topics. So Aristotle, School of Athens, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So again, very convenient. And this, again, will be the way that we are planning on communicating as a department. So if you are looking for information, there's a solid chance that it's going to be here. If you need to contact anybody and you tag them here, they will get an email, they will get a notification on their phone, and they can come to this and get it immediately. So that's a very handy way for communicating. Seems pretty self-evident. If you have a specific project that you're working on, be it with your discipline or whatever, quick side note, unfortunately, students don't have access to this. I want to make sure that you know that going forward, due mostly to the fact that this would become very convoluted very quickly if we had hundreds and hundreds of students that had access to this. So this isn't really a tool for teaching. It's just a tool for us to communicate with ourselves. But if you have a project, you can go to Microsoft Planner. So again, just to make sure I didn't lose anybody, here's Yammer, here's Teams, here's Planner. Planner is a really handy tool for doing like concentrated projects. So you can set up different plans or different plan modules for whatever it is that you want to do. So this is more of a type of an administrative tool, or for departments that have, like, for example, if you have to navigate a budget, or you have purchasing that you need to worry about, or say it's horticulture and you need X amount of supplies in the greenhouse by a particular time or whatever. You can set up different plans, and these plans are really handy. So each one of these, again, Jen White has done a fantastic job of setting us up. But each one of these, like art, each discipline is in what's called a bucket. And a bucket is just a way to organize a series of plans. So within a bucket, we've already done a lot of work over the summer, but you can just add a task like, and then set a due date today, and then assign whoever, and then there. Now add the task, and then yay, hey Jen, you're awesome, they're completed. So while you're organizing this, not only do you have a great scheduling tool, but you can also hop over and look and see who's doing what, how much has been done, what still needs to be done. It's a great bird's eye view type of thing. We don't have anything scheduled right now, but you can also see, again, who's doing what and when. And this is a great delegation tool, so that if one student, or I'm sorry, one collaborator is overwhelmed or has too much on their plate, or somebody doesn't have a lot on their plate, you can just kind of take a peek to see who's doing what when, and then change your plan on the fly. So that's a really handy tool. We don't have anything specific planned for this. I just kind of wanted to introduce this particular app, so that if this seems like something that would be useful for any of you moving forward, there's a great resource for you. And then the last one that I wanted to introduce you to is Delve, and this is a personal, like just for you. So all of this information is only accessible to you. You can collaborate with people if you choose, but it seems more intuitive to me as kind of a personal repository. So what Microsoft does is anything that you upload, email, or work on in the 360 suite is copied and stored here. So if you've lost an email attachment, or you can't remember where you saved something, it's all going to be here. So that's incredibly handy. It's a little bit Orwellian, but it's also nice if you've got a lot on your plate. Literally everything. So PDFs that you email people, OneNotes that you write and share with anyone, Word documents, anything. So for me, the handiest thing is, if you can't remember where something is, just hop over to the search, type in something that will be a good keyword, and every document that I have that has something to do with Aristotle, boop, pops up for me right there. So a super easy way to navigate through everything, all of your work. You can, if you choose, collaborate with people in Delve. That is, like, I can send rather than hunt down a document, I can just send them a link to a document directly from Delve. That does seem a little bit redundant though, because you can do the same thing in Planner and you can do this same thing in Teams. I think it would be best moving forward for us to use Teams. But that's more or less it. So again, I hope that was helpful. And I know that a lot of you have already been introduced to these apps, but I just want to make sure that everybody's on the same page, and that everybody knows that this will be, fingers crossed, the easiest way for us to communicate moving forward. So if you have any quick questions that you need answered, and you post that question, for example, in Microsoft Teams, assuming that the person that you're asking the question to has the app, they'll get it on their phone and they can respond to you immediately, or it will be in their email as soon as you post the question, so they'll be able to respond to you as fast as they can. Okay, so that's it basically. I hope that was helpful again, and I look forward to seeing you guys all in the virtual hallway that we'll be sharing this semester. I wish you all the best, and stay safe.